Hand Stamp by Cheryl here. Want to share with you my favorite paper crafting technique, heat embossing. In order to do this, you will want to make sure that you have something underneath when you're heat embossing, preferably a piece of paper that's folded in half, and that will make it easy for you to clean up your embossing powder at the end by letting it fall along that folded line. You will also need an embossing buddy. This is meant to rub over the piece of paper, and this reduces static so that when you pour embossing powder on it, it's not going to stick in places that you don't want to. Next, you're going to need some Versamark ink. This is a sticky, clear substance that is hard to see when you stamp. So you'll take a stamp, and like I mentioned, it's going to be hard to see, but if you turn it around, you can sort of tell. From there, you'll want to use an embossing powder. Stampin' Up! Currently sells 3 colors, gold, white, and silver. And so for this project, we're going to be using silver. And I like to dump it on top of the Versamark ink and then tap it to make sure it all comes off. I also like to have a paintbrush nearby to just sort of brush off the random particles. Okay, and then when you heat set it, you're going to use a heat tool. I love the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. It has 2 different settings, and we're going to use the second setting. You don't necessarily need a little tweezer here, but I like to use it just to make sure I don't burn myself. You'll also want to move your paper out of the way so you don't blow the embossing particles around. And you're going to let this warm up for a second. Isn't that so cool? I love heat embossing. So then when you're finished, you'll just simply take the excess embossing powder and just dump it back into your container. And you're ready to try a different color. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.